In the pandemic, as millions suffer, perhaps there has been little or no focus on some of the most vulnerable groups of our society, those living with HIV and the marginalized communities like the transgenders and the LGBTQ population. To speak about why it is extremely important for us to ensure that they are not forgotten, let me introduce you to our panel. We have Ashok Row Kavi. He is the founder, Humsafar Trust and editor, Bombay Dost. Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi, transgender activist and chief of the Kinnar Akhara. We have Dr. Bilali Kamara. He is UNAIDS country director. And we again have Ravi Bhatnagar. He is the director, External Affairs and Partnerships, RB. Ashokji, let me come to you here first and ask you, could you tell us that how has this pandemic been, being the most vulnerable, how is, actually we've somewhere really forgotten the marginalized community. Tell us about how has this pandemic been, what are the challenges you've seen during this pandemic?
First of all, let me tell you that who we talk as key population are the populations who are the most marginalized in the sense they are unwanted in society. They're harassed. There is sexual violence, there is a lot of stigma and discrimination against them. And the very fact that they have been targeted for the main issues of HIV by the government of India under the National AIDS Control Program shows that they were chosen as vulnerable populations because of certain indicators, which I have mentioned to you. And that's the reason after, when COVID hit the ground, we could see that. We could see, for example, on the streets, police were beating up Hijras not to be there. And that is the only place they can earn a living. For example, badhai, begging at street corners, or sex work in the evening. It's either women in sex work, street workers, or Hijras, or what are called kotis, who were actually at the receiving end of the violence by the police, by the people. They didn't want them anywhere near them. So where do they go? You can't. You have to, they are human beings. They need support. They are vulnerable. The government of India owes them, as citizens of this country, owes them at least a living or a sustainable sort of life. Food, drink. When I say drink, means water, because even water today in big cities like Bombay is not easy straight from the tap. So how do you reach out to them? What are the things like, if you say all the time that you have to use sanitizers, you have to wash your hands, where is the water? I will tell you further down how I've tried, not as the founder of Humsafar, because I no more am in Humsafar, but as a person from the LGBT community, how I've tried in my own small way. But at the moment, I want to tell you that the situation is grievous. People are not only begging, they'll do anything. Forget about the vulnerability to HIV. They'll do anything to get a morsel of food. And I'm very proud that we ourselves have got together to reach out to our people, because we haven't got really any government help. Whatever help you have is a pittance as far as I'm concerned.